Evet arkadaşlar, iyi akşamlar. Herkese iyi akşamlar diliyorum. Bu gece Türkiye için çok önemli bir gece. Türkiye'nin ilk uzay yolcusu Alper Gezeravcı uzaya çıkacak. 3 arkadaşıyla birlikte. Yani toplam 4 kişi uzaya çıkmak için yola koyulacaklar. Evet, şu an son dakika hazırlıklar yapılmakta. Evet, hazırlıklar yapılıyor dostlar. Sizler de görüyorsunuz şu an ekranda. Arkadaşlar, yayını beğenelim öncelikle. Arkadaş Arkadaş
Dragon even serves as an
Arkadaş
In fact, NASA astronaut Mike Hopkins, as you see there, adding his name signature to the patch, commander of the Crew 1 mission. He slept inside Dragon Resilience during his entire 6-month stay aboard the station. Look at that view. Imagine having that every night from Dragon's cockpit right before bed. Dragon can also serve as a laboratory while orbiting the Earth. During the Inspiration 4 mission in 2021, which was the world's first all-civilian mission to orbit, the crew conducted research while traveling weightless at over 17,000 miles per hour. On the Inspiration 4 mission, Crew Dragon's cargo capacity was allocated for both crew essentials as well as scientific equipment dedicated to microgravity research and experiments. And the Dragon research continues long after Dragon splashes down. The data and biological samples collected from Inspiration 4's crew members before, during, and after the mission, that will all be accessible through an open data repository or biobank, and that can be accessed for research purposes. While Dragon is responsible for delivering sensitive research and samples, that's just part of the story. For this mission, Dragon is also carrying something for the right-brained hemisphere of the brain.
Yeah, I love that, Kate. You know, it's really easy for us to make this connection between STEM and spaceflight. But over the last few years, we've been seeing a shift, right, from just STEM to also STEAM. And that includes the arts. We're putting more emphasis on those things that are so human. So today's teachers, you know, they have to teach the values of both the importance of arts and engineering, because arts will always have a place in space. It's an essential element of culture, an essential element of exploration.
Absolutely.
So for this mission,
SpaceX, for your awareness, closeout team has departed the crew arm.
SpaceX Dragon, we copy.
And with that, Dragon, I've got a post-ingress brief for you. Report ready to copy.
Ready to copy.
Okay, Dragon, we are officially through the hurry up phase, and now we have a little bit of time to wait. Clock is at T-minus 113 and counting. Dragon and Falcon systems continue to look healthy, and vehicles are ready for a launch attempt today. Weather continues to look great, and we'll keep you updated if anything changes. How copy so far?
Very pleased to copy all so far, Jake.
Okay, I do have one item for you looking ahead in the timeline to the first Dragon burn on orbit. That's the phase burn at 22:33 Zulu. I have some info you might want to record. Report ready to copy.
Ready to copy.
Okay, for your awareness, we have a TDRS gap starting at 2225. That's 11 minutes before the phase burn, and it ends at the same time the burn ends. That's 2242. The impact is that we in Hawthorne will not have live data or comms during the burn. That said, pending successful on-orbit Draco checkouts, we will be taking the burn and will rely on onboard vehicle automation to halt the burn if necessary. After the burn, we'll get a data dump and catch back up with the vehicle. It's not unprecedented in our flight history to not have data during the burn, but I'm letting you know. How copy?
Okay, give us a minute here, Jake.
Sure thing, and let me know if you'd like any of that repeated.
Hey, Jake, we all copied what you've read. I think the only question is we had a little confusion on your math, or maybe it's our math, but the burn start is 22:33. The LOS is 22:25 to 22:42. I thought you said 11 minutes, but either way, we'll come AOS around the end of the burn. You guys will get the data, and then we'll talk about any deltas, correct?
Okay, I understand the confusion. I called burn start 22:33. It is actually 22:36. That's my mistake, and explains the 11-minute gap then between 25 and 36.
Yep, all clear now. Thanks.
Okay, that's all I had. Any questions from the crew here for the team in Hawthorne?
No questions.
Copy all.
All right, so that was the post-ingress crew briefing. That's the opportunity for SpaceX Core, which is the crew operations and resource engineer, to relay any important information to the crew, as you see seated inside Dragon Freedom. We do this every launch, and that was actually a great example of why we do this and like the structure of those briefs and communication. So
RP1 bleed has started.
Jake Vendel, the SpaceX Core today basically was saying really good news. Everything is looking healthy on both vehicles, Falcon 9 and Dragon, and the weather looks great. Like, that is music to our ears on launch day. He also gave the crew an update on the timeline regarding an expected loss of signal right around the phase burn, which is one of the burns that Dragon performs in order to reach the International Space Station. And you heard Core say how copy, and then crew basically processed that information and said, wait a minute, we have a question. And so I thought that was a really good example of why we do what we do whenever we have these back and forths, because sometimes something gets misread or something is not understood, and it's absolutely critical that we have clear communication to make sure that everybody is on the same page and is expected. So all in all, really good post-ingress brief. Like I said, all music to our ears. So everything is looking good for our liftoff in just under 1 hour and let's see, we're looking at 1 hour, 8 minutes and 45 seconds.
That's a perfect recap, Kate. You know, for something like that, that really emphasizes how we're going to get into the future together, into low Earth orbit and beyond, right? So for Axiom Space, our future is Axiom Station. In the last few years, our team has grown from a few hundred engineers to now over 1,000. Our designs have gone from concept to mock-ups to the machining of flight hardware. So here's how our future is taking shape.
There's sort of two philosophies in aerospace. One is you sit around and you think about requirements and you think about what you want to build, or you build something, you test it, you figure out what works, you build another generation. We really believe at Axiom Space, the path to building something that doesn't exist in the world is you've got to start building prototypes. We sit and think about what we want to build for a little bit, but then we just go build the thing, test the thing, fire the engine. Our role really is to lead the way.
A year ago, walking into this facility, you didn't see nearly as much hardware as you see today. Full-scale mock-ups, training hardware, flight hardware. Axiom was created to build a space station, and that's exactly what this team is doing.